I don't think a child or a young adult is very prone to pick up a large non-fiction book and read it all the way through. I think he's more prone to read historical fiction, something that's more exciting, and that's what I try to do. I try to make, stay true to the facts, but try to make it exciting and adventurous. In a courier for Stonewall, you are the star figure of the book, and you make different choices that will determine the outcome of your story. The Orphan and the Beaten Drum is a historical fiction novel, so it follows Roger Mills, who is a fictional character that's going through a historical time. I think each and all of us have a passion inside of us, even when we're very young. And I don't think it's too early or too late anytime to start following that passion and that dream. I was 13 when I started making my drum, and that kind of started my career, if you will, as a drummer boy. But even young kids are remarkable in what they can do.
That's it, I thought. Then all would be equally brave. That's how those men can march into those roaring cannons as they're belching out their balls of death into their ranks. That's how they can march into the 1,000 beady eyes of mustards as they're just staring at them, waiting to shoot them, the ground quaking beneath their feet.
I was born in Memphis, Tennessee, but after coming back here to the South, we began to see that the people had not quite gotten over the Civil War. But after I started studying it myself, I found out why. Today, you know, people say that the war was fought over slavery or preserving the Union, but secession was a sacred right that our country was founded on.
No taxation without representation. That was the cry of the colonies in 1764.
Abraham Lincoln himself said on the floor of Congress when he was arguing for the secession right of Texas that any people anywhere being inclined and having the power have the right to rise up and shake off the existing government. This, Lincoln said, is the most valuable and most sacred right, a right which we hope and believe is to liberate the world. It's a real privilege to be able to tell our kids about our war for Southern independence and to tell them about the different ways of life that were back then that I just take for granted. Sometimes I'm able to have a friend come along with me to help me with my presentation. Once Jamie Billings came along to Poplar Bluff and helped me speak to the kids about the Civil War. She talked about the women's role during the Civil War.
These women bear without complaint, enduring the hardships, and willingly give their sons, their husbands, and their fathers to the war. And as they leave, these women step up and fill their places around the homestead.
Now, communication is the key as a drummer. If we fail to communicate the orders of our officers to the men, it could mean death for our friends and our brethren on the field. Now let me ask you, how old do you have to be to join the army? Does anybody know? It is our personal duty to return to God and invoke from heaven His divine hand, where the shackles of tyranny will only tighten upon our wrists and those of our children. It is our duty to the blood of our fathers, to our innocent posterity, and to the Lord Jesus Christ.
Our history is being attacked and being forgotten, being rewritten, and I think it is very important that we try to keep history alive for our children so that they can remember what their forefathers did to preserve their liberty.